Hey, I'm Joel Walsman, CEO and Master Electrician of Jefferson Electric. I've got Will Gemmel here helping me out, terminating this GFCI. And I'm going to, in our little mini-series on the kitchen countertop here, I'm going to demonstrate installation of an oil-rubbed bronze barn-style light fixture above the kitchen sink. There's really no magic here, but I'm going to walk you through step by step. Here's my mounting bracket, some assembly required. At this stage in the unpackaging process, I want to be looking for evidence of damage or tampering. This box has been crushed, so I want to examine my fixture, and if there is damage to it, I want to bring it to the attention of the general contractor or the homeowner immediately so it doesn't fall to my responsibility. All right, so the wire connectors have been provided here, wrapped around with the ground screw. I'm actually not going to use those. They're a little bit too small for my 12 gauge wire. I'm going to use larger wire nuts. Tan would be my preference. Red would work also. There's a color coding to that. Of course, you can look that up online. I've got stranded wire here. With stranded wire, it's real important to me that I grab every single strand and then I pre-twist them to the right. My wire nut will install to the right. I want to grab every single one of those strands. I've seen it before with careless installations coming behind homeowners who've tried to do it themselves. Just one of those little strands on the black wire, that hot wire, has been, when the wire nut was installed, shoved outside of the wire nut, hit the side of the canopy or the box, shorted the circuit. You really want to grab them, give them a good solid pre-twist. What I've got here is a threaded fixture stud. And I don't want to damage the finish of my fixture, so I'm going to hold it. If I need to set it down, I'm going to put cardboard down. This is a very lightweight fixture. I don't think that's going to be necessary. So what I'm doing here is installing my fixture bracket. This is a very common style of fixture bracket, and I'm installing it such that the green screw is outward facing. This is going to be the wall side, so the green screw is outward facing for the final installation. I'm going to tighten my nut down. I do want this to be really tight. And what I'm going to be mindful of next here is that my box spacing. My box is flush with drywall. So before I get the fixture up there and I'm awkwardly holding it over these cabinets, I'm going to plan the installation and I'm going to align the bracket so that it's flush with the canopy here. I need to tighten it down just a little bit. And these fixtures, note, these fixtures are real fragile at these points. There's so much leverage there that if I'm not being careful, it's easy to damage a very lightweight fixture like this. So I'm gonna cradle it in my arm. Gonna evaluate the mounting spacing of this bracket and the relationship between the plane of the canopy of this fixture. I'm going to tighten it up just a little bit more. A couple revolutions to the right. I think I like that. It's real important to me that the canopy mounts securely to the surface. So I'm going to tighten that nut down. On the fixture stud to the fixture mounting bracket. At this point, I'm going to remove the nut from the fixture stud. It's got a little rubber washer. I'm going to set the fixture down. I'm done with that for a moment. Safely in its box. And I'm going to secure this fixture bracket to the face of my electrical box. I hate wasting time and dropping screws. Notice how I had my left hand there ready to grab that screw as I removed it with my Phillips screwdriver. It is a code requirement that everything that's metal in an electrical installation And everything that's metal and significant in a home is securely bonded or grounded, that there is an electrical connection for the purpose of safety that grounds out that metal in case it should become energized. And so you'll notice that both the fixture bracket and the box have a green screw. You can't actually tell that that screw is green because it's been painted over, just like everything else on this wall has. So I'm gonna secure my fixture bracket to the fixture box. I'm going to prepare both ground screws for my grounding conductors. I'm going to then actually, because this is all painted, I'm not going to utilize it for grounding both. I don't want to have to fight all that paint, so I'm going to cut it a little bit short, making sure I have at least 3 inches protruding from the surface of the box, face of the box, which I do. I'm going to clean up just the end. I'm going to prepare my hot and neutral conductors. This color coding is accurate. Black is hot, neutral is white. Sorry about that, Will. And now it's prepped. I'm ready to make the wiring connections on the fixture. I'm going to protect the fixture from the wall and the wall from the fixture by cradling it in my arm. It's kind of awkward. Every fixture requires its own special efforts. Keep it safe. I'm making a white to white connection on the neutrals. Because I've got a 16 gauge stranded conductor and a 12 gauge solid conductor, the pre-twist will not be successful. That stranded conductor will not hang out with my solid conductor in a meaningful way. So I'm going to give it the tug test. I want to make sure that they both grabbed. It's going to be very likely that the solid conductor grabbed and the stranded conductor did not in that pairing. And I want to tug on the stranded conductor to make sure it's well seated in the wire net. The other thing I'm looking for here is that the wire net's real clean. This wire net actually has a little bit of overspray in it. I'm going to discard it. I need the metal inner threads of the wire net to be clean, free of dust, debris, paint, anything else. I want a solid electrical connection. And this fixture, you'll notice it's so lightweight that I don't mind hanging the fixture from my electrical connection. I'm that confident in the quality of the connection. I've given it the tug test. It's not going anywhere. Now my nice copper bare ground wire, I'm going to wrap it around both ground screws. There's the first. I'm going to tighten that down. Again, in a clockwise direction. There's the second. And now I'm going to make my grounding conductors up with each other. Bare copper ends. Again, I've removed the overspray. I want a good, solid electrical connection. I'm going to give it the tug test, and I'm square. I'm ready to install my fixture. This is a pancake box. This box is installed on framing that was in the way of installing a deeper box at the center point of this window, which is the center point of the sink. And so I don't have a lot of room to play with. What I'm going to do is, again, carefully fold these wires into the box. The canopy provides a lot of depth, thankfully. Wow, look at that. Fixture selection's not going to work. The arc on the fixture is too tall, something I didn't check beforehand, and this fixture will not install over the fixture stud and the box as planned. So back to the drawing board, new fixture.